I'm Alexa Schwerha with Campus Reform, and you're watching 5 Big Questions. Today, I'm so excited to sit down with Jasleen Kaur. She is a Campus Reform correspondent and a freshman at the University of Central Oklahoma. She joins me now to talk about her experience being a conservative in a sorority and how that ultimately led to her leaving the chapter. Jasleen, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Of course. Can you tell us a little more about your experience being such an outspoken conservative?
Yeah, at first it was a good experience. Like I was meeting a lot of people and trying to connect with everybody, but then later it started changing when I attended the YWLS during the summer. And then when school year started, that's when I started noticing like sisters started isolating me and not inviting me to events and everything. And that's when I started seeing changes because I am really outspoken about my values.
And did you hear anything from any other girls in the sorority or other chapters that maybe had values that differed from their sorority?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of girls in my sorority that are like with my values, but they're not really outspoken because they're scared that they're gonna get treated in a different way. Which one of my vice president did tell me that she doesn't want to be an outspoken person because she is scared that she's gonna get treated in a different way, and apparently that's how it should be. But I'm not like that, so I'm pretty open about my values, and that's who I am. So it doesn't really matter how people treat me. I'm gonna be like this, and this is why I'm here now, dropped out of sorority because I want to continue with my passion.
Absolutely. And lately, sororities have been updating their policies to accept members who aren't exactly women, but they happen to identify as women. This is a trend we've seen happen across the country here at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. What do you think about these changes?
I think when you look at like history, sorority is meant for women, like biological women, not someone who identifies as a female. Because I think female is more than just putting on fake nails and dressing up as a female. We have more, like we're more than that. We can't, no. This is just completely wrong, and they're just like they're ruining their history and just bringing all these people that identify as them as a female and ruining experiences for other girls and potentially ruining the sorority because there might be some people who don't feel comfortable joining the sorority, and this is how the sorority is going to end, and it won't even be a sorority anymore if they continue doing on this.
And have you noticed any changes to sorority life that could cause conservative members to maybe stifle their views?
Yeah, so recently, like they're changing their bylaws, saying not don't say anything political, and like disencouraging conservatives to continue on working. For example, me, like I work with Campus Reform, and now currently I am a president at Turning Point USA. So my president told me that I cannot continue doing this while wearing my letters because that's one of their bylaws that I cannot promote these things while wearing letters. So personally, I wouldn't recommend people going in politics and joining a sorority because they will stop you from doing certain things that you're passionate about. And it's really hard. It gets really hard in sororities because I'll tell you, if you're in a liberal college, you're gonna get treated differently and you're gonna get backlashes a lot from your sisters.
And do you think that anything can be done to change sorority culture, and what could conservative sisters do about it?
Yeah, I think we can step up and like speak about our like struggles in sororities, and it can be taken to nationals, but it's really hard for being one conservative and trying to fight for like these 30 people. And if we all like come together and say yes, this is wrong, like we're treating differently, like sisters treating differently, I think there can be a change because then they'll say, oh wow, like 30 or like 20 girls are raising their voices that something is wrong, then there's definitely wrong. But it's really hard for one person to stand up for their values and how they're getting treated. So I think sisters getting along together and helping each other while fighting this situation, it's going to be easier with like more people than just one person raising their voice. So I would encourage all the sisters to help other sisters that have same values and like help encourage each other. That's how we're going to bring a change in sororities for sure.
Power in numbers. Well, Jasleen, thank you so much for joining me today and talking more about this issue.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to talking to you.